Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life.
Oh, I'm going to hit record. Don't leave the meeting if I say goodbye. Now, Hats, is there anything you don't want to talk about?
Yeah, I don't want to. Oh, wait, maybe we should have done spaces.
Well, we can if you want to. Let's do spaces.
No, maybe not. They turn up.
Who cares?
Do you just do spaces?
No,
I don't know how to
whatever.
do spaces. But you want to do spaces? I don't care.
I don't care. I like looking at somebody though. Spaces you
Well,
can't.
just do this.
All right.
So we'll do the spaces on
Hats.
Want to be Pete? How are you?
Oh, fuck you. I'm good.
Where are you? You're
all right. So I'm away at an annual Shushing conference.
annual. Is that what you call it? That I hope that's true.
Oh, no, I just
That should totally be what it's called. Why is it not called that?
I don't know, because we don't tend to shush. But anyway, it's a library thing. I'm away.
Your librarians don't have a sense of humor. Is that what you're telling me?
Some do.
I'm sure they do.
Hey, did you see my tweet earlier about Adam Back?
No.
No? Okay, so the hotel I'm in, I've just had the TV on, right? And then NCIS comes up, and there's some character in that looks exactly like Adam Back. So I've just captured the video of this dude. Yeah, look at it. Look exactly like Adam Back.
All right, I'm gonna look now. This is
he's like a murderer or a bad guy or something.
Yeah, he is probably a bit of like a Bond villain, Adam, isn't he? Where am I looking at? Was this today? Oh, did you see that? Oh no, that's not Adam. That's the guys from Earth Heat.
No, before that. I'm bored. I'm in a hotel room. Doesn't he?
Oh, he does.
He really does.
Crazy.
Anyway, so I'm away. You're at home in the good old 2-bit idiots sex dungeon garage.
That's where I am. I don't leave the dungeon, man. I'm just a dungeon.
And we're zooming.
He really does look like Adam. Sorry, I'm still looking at that.
Yeah, he does. He really does. Anyway, so we've actually been zooming for a good 3/4 of an hour anyway, just yakking away about shit. And we thought, fuck it, let's record. So I went for a piss, or a shit actually, and then came back.
Really nice. I turned my camera off to make you think that I'd gone, but I sat there listening. No, I didn't. It's something is weird because sometimes we have these conversations, but there are like 80% of the conversation is probably really good pod listening, and there's 20%, or there's probably 15% that's absolutely abysmal pod listening, and then there's probably 5% of stuff we probably don't want to talk about on the pod.
That's right. Well, yeah, exactly. The abysmal stuff, I think, was us fucking around with the fountain splitting thing and trying to work out lightning over fountain and all that kind of stuff. So still working that stuff out. But
it's cool though. It's looking like it's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And also Breeze. Let's just give them a bit of a shout out because you can actually, it's also integrating with Breeze as well. So if somebody uses Breeze to listen to their pods and then do what they do, if they tip a podcaster, then it also will pop through to the podcaster's Lightning wallet in the app that they're using, which is awesome, really, isn't it?
That's right. And I actually reached out to Breeze on DM over Twitter, and they're really, really helpful, like really, really quickly. Shout out to Roy, whoever you are from Breeze. You're a legend. So yeah, thanks, Roy. You're a champ.
I feel like the last 2 or 3 pods we've been talking about this quite a lot, and people might be thinking, "Oh, look at these guys trying to make money." It's not really. Well, don't get me wrong. That's not part of it, but it's just cool. Like I just
exactly. It's exciting.
Yeah, and I was just talking about. I was just because when you went for your Donald Trump, I went upstairs and And
Took a dump in solidarity.
What's that?
Took a dump in
no.
solidarity.
No,
Okay.
no, I went up and spoke to my parents who were, aren't staying here just now, and I was sort of trying to sort of explain this, and then I was also saying, well, I can see this to me a few years ago. I don't even know if this was my idea or if somebody's idea that I was just parroting, but like a car will have a lightning node in it, right? And you'll drive over, just like you drive through what do you call those things in Sydney or the big cities? Like
a toll bridge or toll thing.
Toll. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Like your car will. So the toll will detect your lightning node in your car, and you'll be streaming the number of sats for the number of meters down the road that you drove, and you'll pay. It'll be a private. I think it'll be a private road, but it'll be a well-maintained road. And like if it's a freeway or a highway or a motorway, whatever you call it, obviously millions of cars going down that all the time. So those roads will be the absolutely pinnacle of roads. If you live on a little country road, your road won't be as good, but that's to be expected because not so many cars going down it. So, yeah, I just when I'm talking about this podcast thing with Fountain or Breeze or whatever, I'm also thinking of all the other implications of this, and one of which would be like a car. But I mean, there's millions of things. There's just. I mean, I think the YouTube model just now is like 55% to YouTube, 45% to the creator.
Yeah.
Which is just huge, right? But then all of a sudden you take away that massive middleman and make this much more peer-to-peer. The commissions come right down and the cost comes right down for everybody. And but ultimately the information for the listener, or even if it's just entertainment, not necessarily anybody's listening to us for entertainment, but you never know. You could be listening to a comedian, or let's say you listen to 5 podcasts and you're a sports fan and you're into food and you're into all that, and you would be just contributing whatever it is that you're paying per month, per week, per minute, per second, whatever. You're only contributing to the people that are providing you value.
Value for value, right? Yeah, value for value.
Which is, and you're not contributing anything to, like, if you want to turn off the mainstream media, well, you're not creating. Well, they're just if they don't provide a product that you value, service that you value, then they're getting nothing from you. Like I'm from Scotland, they still have the UK, the what do you call it over there, the television license. And I just said to Mum, how much is that? She's like, I said it was £150 a year. But you have no say over where that £150 goes. It could go to something you totally detest. But let's say you only watch 3 shows on the TV. Well, each of them could get 50 quid off from you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, but I know we're talking about this a lot, and it may come across as, I don't know what it comes across as. I just want to say that there's more to it than that. I think there's more to it than that.
Absolutely. All right. So what are we chatting about?
I don't know.
After we've chatted for ages.
I don't even know if the volume in this is going to be, the audio in this is going to be okay, but this is how I did it for Ben's. So I don't know what, do you the same on Ben's? Just these body things?
No, I did.
Or were you on a mic?
I don't remember. Actually, I really don't remember. Well, no, I think I was. I was on the AirPods. Yeah, I was. Anyway, so this could be shit house, and it doesn't get published, and we're just going to chat anyway. So
yeah,
let's slag off some Bitcoiners, and then.
Well, you already called Adam names, so I saw you're sharing a post about the hats. Look like they're in. I still have not bought a hat from Earth Heat. I need to buy a hat.
No, you know what though? I want to go there and buy one in person.
Yeah, that would be good. But
let's do that.
Still, I could buy another one. Actually, I want a shirt as well. Have you seen the shirts? There's a black and a white one. They're both cool.
Yeah.
I don't know where I don't know where I'd wear it. But like in the dungeon, I would only wear it in the dungeon. But well, maybe I would wear it. Maybe I would. But
stop playing with your ear.
I'm a hat guy, so what can I say? I need the hat. I'm going to get a hat. I need to give them some sats. Let's get a hat.
Yeah, for sure. They both need a shave. I saw that tweet picture.
Well, so did we. So like,
yeah, exactly. Steve's obviously had a long flight.
Yeah, well, that must be it back. Yeah, that must be it back. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I'm really so want to go across and just see how, just see for myself how things are going over there.
I think the border's just open now today.
Yeah, true. Well, so, maybe that's what you don't want to do, is go over there and get stuck.
Yeah,
but
true.
Anyway, yeah, hopefully, because I was looking at some of the pictures out in New Zealand that was talking to you about that before, and it's just, it's frightening.
Yeah, well, tell me about that, because I had no idea. I don't know what I've missed.
Oh, it's COVID and you know, mandates and people protesting over mandates, but it's just seeing the police in full riot gear and, you know, a guy, you know, a so-called rioter, well, I mean, this clearly isn't good. A guy looking like he was about to ram, you know, 20 police officers with a car, and then seeing a policeman punch a old man in the face, so that to the point where he just collapsed on the floor. I mean, some of the stuff you see on Twitter now is like, oh my God, it's frightening.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just, I don't know, have these things always happened and we didn't see them before, so therefore we didn't know and we didn't care, or are things getting worse? Don't know.
I think it's a bit of both, but to be honest, it's also the medium is well, decentralized in a way, so anyone can upload stuff, right? So you see something like that, which you wouldn't see on mainstream media.
Oh no, and you just,
yeah.
I mean, but are you not seeing it because it's, you know, it's really shocking and it would upset people, or are you not seeing it because they don't want to be telling that story? That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah. What are you drinking? One of my beers?
No, the story behind it is it's called Rivet Gold. Never heard of it in my life before.
Looks like Forex Gold.
It does look like Forex Gold. I think that's the plan. My dad got it because he thought it was goat, but it's actually Rivet Gold.
Goat?
Yeah, goat as in, like, you know, the orange, blue, and white thing, the stripes.
Is he dyslexic?
Well, he's a teacher, so I think he just picked up the box that said goat, and I don't know. Anyway, it's okay though. Rivet Gold. Yeah, that's an advert for Rivet.
Never heard of it.
Neither had I. Anyway, traditionally brewed apparently. But yeah, I don't know. What else you got?
I've got nothing. I've got nothing.
This isn't going to be a show, is it?
No, I don't think it is. But anyway. Oh, fuck it. It can be. We'll just put it up. Who cares? How's your Bitbo going? Like, mine is like sometimes.
Oh, there's a bug in the garage. There's a bug in the garage.
Oh, what is it?
It's a big beetle or something. I don't know. It's okay. I can live with that one. How's my Bitbo going? So I feel bad because I don't dislike Bitbo, obviously, but I have deleted it from my phone because it just was totally non-functional. But I don't know. It may be my phone issue because I've had a few issues with my phone recently, so I don't want to criticize Bitbo. Is yours working?
No, not well. Sometimes it comes up really quickly.
It's working fine desktop, so I don't know what's going on.
It's weird.
What else was I looking at earlier on? Did you see did I read something today that Jerome Powell has said that there is room for more than one reserve currency? Or something?
I actually watched that. There was something like that. Is like there could be a circumstance where, you know, you can have the US dollar as the reserve currency and something else as a currency or reserve. But
was he implying it was going to be another country's currency or a CBDC or Bitcoin, or he wasn't saying?
Yeah,
anyway.
He didn't say. He didn't say.
That's a really interesting thing to come out with, though, is it not?
Isn't it?
Like, that's like prepping you for something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the background was, like why he was getting questioned or what he was answering. Like, he's in Congress or like where he was, but it's just a little clip. So
because it was Biden's State of the Union, right? Yesterday or whenever it was.
Yeah, looking out for all the Iranians.
Did you see that? Did you?
Oh, yeah.
There's not. What was he said? there's no people in the world that understand freedom more than Iranians.
Yeah.
Really? Something along those lines. Anyway, I was like, oh my god. Did you see there was the camera pan to what's her name? That's dreadful.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Yeah, and her face is like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh no, we're gonna have to answer for this.
Yeah.
But clearly they're not. Yeah, kind of some of that stuff. Like, I just take no interest in. I'm taking no interest in talking about it, but like, the State of the Union just doesn't carry any weight to me anymore. Like, or what a politician says in a speech, I'm like, no, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what you say because it's not going to change anything.
Well, I don't like. What's the point of the State of the Union? I don't really understand what that is. I thought it was like an annual thing, but apparently that's his first one. How long's he been in power? Like 2 years?
Well, he won in the November, and then you get your whatever 90 days. So you come in 90 days, and then you come in.
Yeah,
in
then January. Yeah.
So this is basic. Maybe this is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fair enough.
Could it be a year, or it's a bit more than a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like, Of course, what they say is, well, I think what you still have to pay attention, because what they say is still going to have an impact on Clown World. But if you're also operating in Bitcoin World, it has no impact at all. Not really. It's going to be what it's going to be. I saw there was a post from a guy called Cedric Youngelman. What is his handle? Ced Youngelman, CEDYOUNGELMAN, and it was just the US national debt, and it was it's unbelievable. I mean, it's just a hockey stick, and so basically there was no national debt. So this is the US national debt from 1900 to 2020, and there was essentially no national debt from 1900 to 1940. So I guess the war, and then obviously 1971, funnily enough, it all changed, and then it just became this almost like a straight line up. But the post it says, it's a good post, obviously, but it only goes up to 2020, right? And on the scale, it was 23.2 trillion dollars of debt in 2020. But if you think about that, so it's in 120 years, it took 120 years to accumulate. Well, really only since 1971, but anyway, let's say 120 years, because this is the beginning of the scale. 120 years to accumulate 23 trillion worth of national debt, and now that number is over 30 in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So in 2 years, you've accumulated, a third almost of the debt that's ever been accumulated.
Ever been? Yeah. Wow.
Ever. Like, that's like unbelievable. So yeah, that was a good post. Well done. We're going to do a tweet of the week. That's it for me, Cedric. Well done, Cedric. And we have. Oh, can we talk about this? Oh,
yeah.
Do we want to get this?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Cool. The guy that contacted me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we
should we? Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, yeah.
I want to hold it back now. I want to hold it back because it's cool. I want to just introduce it.
Well, do it broadly without specifics.
Well, okay. So we're going to get something kind of new to the pod. So here's what we're talking about. Like, we are doing interviews, and we're doing you and me rambling crap. That's the premise of our pod.
Yes.
Right?
Tonight, the perfect example.
Yes. So, and I was sort of thinking, for all that the interviews are more interesting, like intellectually stimulating, I do feel that these ones break them up a little bit. Is that fair? Do you think that too?
I think so. I like our chats.
Yeah, whether anybody else does is another matter, but anyway, that's for them to decide. But we're going to do it anyway, so listen or don't. But so I think having both is good, because I think if we just purely did the sort of interview thing, it would become very samey, just because it's like the same. You have to do so what's your story? What's the backstory? Where are you now? Blah blah blah. Kind of have to do that, because that's the whole point. But anyway, we have got something that's coming with a guest that's going to be different to those ones. So let's just leave it at that. Or do you want to say more?
No, I was thinking, I don't know that it's going to be that different, but...
Well, the reason for it's different.
Yeah, I think we should say.
I bet you reckon I'm building this up into more than it actually is. I
yeah,
think
yeah. It's not that good, guys.
Oh, so I've just done a pomp. Is that what you're telling me? I'm just about to have a Bitcoin pizza shop.
Look, I think we should say that it is like one of our tweets of the week, basically. Can we say that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have.
Well, you didn't want to say that?
We have now.
All right.
Yeah.
Too much info?
No, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's I thought it was cool. Do you think that how long do you think it's going to be before you can't buy Bitcoin?
What do you mean? As in it's inaccessible to people because it's so expensive, or
well, let's say, well, yeah, pretty much. But let's say nobody wants to sell anymore.
Yes.
Right, because everybody is like, well, what would I sell for? Because there's nothing of any value. So
yes.
Let's say that. And what is the current reward is what 6.25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. You know, roughly.
Yep.
So how do you think, Bitcoin Brendo is going to be the first in the queue for those new Bitcoin, or do you think it's somebody with huge pockets that's going to be in front of you in the queue?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, let's take Swan, for example, right? Swan Bitcoin.
Yep.
If a massive, I don't know, somebody came to Swan and said, we'll take all of the Bitcoin you're selling, all of it. And obviously that's going to run the price, but they don't care because they want it. There's nothing left for you.
Mm.
Why would they wait for your $20 a week, right? They're not waiting for that. They would take the big bucks, right?
Yeah.
That would be good for you, but it would be terrible for anybody else who wanted to have some.
Starting out.
Right? Yeah. So I just thought about that today for the first time, thinking, well, what happens when there's literally none? Like none. I mean, is there always going to be a seller?
Yes.
Or do you get
no, there will. I think there will.
Okay, but what if there's nothing to sell for? Like certainly in terms of like another currency. Like if let's say you lived in, let's go back to Turkey, right? Let's say you live in Turkey. Why would you sell Bitcoin for lira? Nobody's doing that, right?
No,
are they?
No, but everyone has debt. Coming back to my kind of notion of wanting to pay off my mortgage, like I would love, I want to be mortgage free. Yeah.
Okay, but let's say, and I still think you're wrong in that, but I understand why you said it. But because having the debt, what's that?
Yeah, I said Bodog.
Because I know. Because having the Bodog, because having the debt is actually a good thing.
Explain.
Just now. Well.
Oh yeah.
The upside of your Bitcoin is way greater than the downside of your debt.
Yes.
So, I mean, my point is, what I'm trying to get to is, I think, are we going to get to a place where there's literally nothing left to buy? The price goes astronomical, and to the point where people can't even fathom it right now. And the only way to get Bitcoin is to earn it. Like the only way. Like, it doesn't matter what you do for a job. You're now doing whatever it is you can do. You're doing that for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Because you have to, because there is nothing else.
Yeah.
You're not with me on this one.
No, I get it.
I'm not thinking it's happening next Friday, but the reason why I'm thinking about it is because, well, this is what you brought up before we came on the call, right? You're like, why is it that, do you think that Bitcoiners are just seeing things before everybody else, right? Or whatever, how did you put it?
Oh, like basically, like it's everything that Bitcoin is, like, in my 2 years, everything that has been said is happening.
Coming true.
Yeah, exactly. And it just seems every time like there's like a swell of kind of sentiment and stuff, and it's just like, oh, yeah, that can't be right, but it is.
Mhm.
It's happening. It's just like Bitcoiners are kind of ahead of the game, or they're behind the eight ball or whatever it is. Yeah.
Every time I read a post, and my instinct is, oh, that's a bit much. I've now got to the mental stage where I'm like, give it 3 months,
Yeah.
and then see if you still think you're right. Hacks, right? I'm not dogs myself because I'm losing. Seriously, that's because a lot of the things I was like, no. I mean, and even when you think you know what's going to happen, when it happens, it's like, wait, are you deliberately doing that twitchy thing? Or have you got a twitch?
What am I doing?
Either that, you're having a stroke. Are you having a stroke? Yeah, that. What's that?
What am I don't know. I itchy nose. What? I don't even know. What was I doing?
You're point to the side of your face. What side? Point to the right hand side of your face. Yeah, beside between your cheek and your nose.
Yeah,
you've got this wild twitch, and I thought you were doing it to do that. I
No.
thought you were doing it. I thought you were doing it to try and put me off. It was totally working. Clearly, it's been working for the last half an hour.
Yeah, or maybe all my life. Thanks very much, Hats.
Yeah, sorry, man. That's weird. That's weird. We shouldn't do this in person. You could not be on telly. People would be checking you were all right.
Oh man, I haven't noticed.
You seriously didn't know?
No, I got no idea what you're talking about.
No, you ask your wife.
Oh wait, hang on. I'm foaming at the mouth now. Oh shit.
If you don't, please don't have a stroke, because I would,
Thanks for coming, guys. Dun 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 dun. Okay.
Yeah.
You're on a really good thread before you just derailed yourself.
I derailed myself. Yeah. No, your nose derailed me. Yeah, that. But you just did that. Don't do that.
I don't know what it is. I might have an itchy nose.
I reckon you're like half rabbit or something.
All right. Jesus.
Anyway, sorry. The oh God, what was it saying?
I don't know, but I'm gonna just throw you as much as I can.
I'm gonna turn the video off. Creepy. It is. Oh, can't remember now.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
This thing about give it 3 months and then make your mind up. Because some of the things that even people who think they know what is going to happen, and the things that they think are going to happen start happening, you still can't believe it when you see it.
Yeah.
Right. Some of these, some of the protests in countries that you thought, well, it won't be there, or it won't be this, or it won't happen there first, or this won't happen. All of it's happening. Right. It's quite frightening.
It is. I'm just trying not to move.
That's quite funny.
You know what's good about this? I can actually, once this is done, I can look back at the video. I'm going to watch myself and go, "What the fuck is wrong with me?"
It's quite amusing. It's I think okay. I genuinely thought you were just trying to put me off.
Not at all.
I was like, that's quite amusing. Okay. Since you gave me a hard time for doing this last time, I'll do it again. Has your favorite family member changed because they were the first person to understand Bitcoin?
I saw your tweet. I don't understand how I gave you a hard time about it. Was that last pod or?
No. You gave me a hard time because you gave me a hard time for reading my own tweets.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I get it. I've talked about this before. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry,
yeah.
I've been hammering my sister with Bitcoin stuff as much as I can, and she's just not interested.
The one overseas?
Yeah, the one overseas, yeah. And but then I saw my brother, who I haven't seen for years. He's up north, and I gave his kids some sats and just showed them the process.
The one that had the birthday, right?
Yeah. And and chatted to him about that as drunk as, and it always happens. I get rambling about Bitcoin when I'm drunk, and people question me, and I'm like, oh, and I'm so drunk I can't really do it. I can't do it sober, but anyway. But he was actually pretty convinced, I think, from my kind of, outline of how important it is. And yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, have you been back in touch with your nephew to ask if he has even looked at it again, or if he's done anything, or no?
No, I don't want to.
Will you?
So I'm tempted. Yeah, I'm tempted to, but then I'd like.
But you want him to come to you?
No, because like there was a good little run there for a bit, and then it dropped right back again. So I'm like, I don't want to go. Hey, like when it had I was up to AED, 63 or something. I'm like, yeah. I was going to send him a message because when I gave him some sats, it was about 52. I'm like, hey, how you going? And then it came right back down again. So I'll just wait, and then I'll tap in when it's more considerable.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I had a cousin. I have a cousin who lives in New Zealand, who, yeah, we've been talking about, mandates and stuff like that. And I'm trying to, lead the thought process, not tell her what to think. We're just like, we'll just go have a look at this and see what you think.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, she's sort of, there seemed to be like a light bulb moment, and she sort of clicked, and she's like, "Oh, this is really interesting." I was like, "Yeah, it's really interesting." And I've got like once anybody gets there for themselves, well, this is interesting. They're never coming out. They're never coming out of that. I don't believe. But if you
was that the prompt for the tweet, your New Zealand cousin?
Oh no, that wasn't. It was the prompt. Yeah, sorry, it kind of was, but no, so she's about the same age as me. We've always got on well, all that kind of stuff. But I was just like, how that level of frustration with some folks, and then the level of, well, if you're lucky enough to have somebody who's sort of paying attention, all of a sudden you have this huge thing in common. And I was like, so yeah, yes and no. Like it wasn't like we didn't like each other before. And now I'm like, wow, she's incredible. I didn't like her before, but now she's incredible. But no, it's just like it's just really cool to have somebody, because I've had a few recently where so who was I talking to recently? Some guy we're talking about podcast, stranger, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I want to buy you like $100 worth of Bitcoin." I was like, right. Well, let me tell you. But so hard block or Bitteroo, I told them about you both. You can arm wrestle between you. My cousin in New Zealand got the Bitteroo story because I think they do New Zealand. I don't think hard block do, but and I don't know if there's anybody, if there are other good exchanges in New Zealand, let us know, because from a KYC perspective, because I like to know where Bitcoiners like, so that if anybody asks, I've got a good answer for them. But yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. All I've got, I think. I've got nothing else.
I got nothing. Believe it or not. Oh, I'm yawning.
Yeah, I'm done. Go to bed. You got to go to the Hush conference tomorrow, whatever it's called, the Shush.
The Hush conference. Sounds like a betting convention.
Oh yeah. Tapping my nose on a podcast isn't too effective. I just realized.
No. I'll upload the video though. I'm going to dox you one day.
What's that?
I'm going to dox you one day. I'll just like drop some video.
You got the video now, right? True.
Yeah, that's right.
Blackmail stuff.
Yeah.
What's the next thing you're going to do? The next thing you're not currently you want to do in like Bitcoin thing?
I think about right now.
Please don't tell me what you're going to do in a hotel room by yourself. I would like it. Is that reception? I'd like an extra pillow.
What's the next thing I'm going to do in Bitcoin? I don't know. Buy more sats.
Okay.
Oh no! Like honestly, like Lightning. I've got to work out Lightning now because I'm struggling. I wonder if it's got to do with my actual router, because I'm not getting the remote access that I think I should be getting. And I'm fairly IT okay, you know what I mean? Like I'm.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Do we need?
And it's stumping me.
Do we need who? Either who is the lightning expert we know, or do we need to bring someone on? Like clearly, if it's happening to us, it'll be happening to other people. Is that an arrogant thing to say? No, I don't think so. Like if we're having trouble, there's other people. There's other people having trouble. It's not just
that's right. That's right.
It's not just we're the only ones, right?
Yeah.
So do we need to have a guest on? Is it to talk us through this?
Well, to be honest, Catan,
is that a good pod or is that too?
Catan would be perfect, but we've had him, and I don't want to hassle him again. And I don't know.
I do. Let's hassle him. Catan, get on.
Yeah,
he would be. Absolutely.
He's the dude.
Yeah, I know, but okay. So it was a bad question from me. What I actually mean is, do we need somebody to literally sit in the room with us and go through from stage A to Z, and then do a show about that? Or is this possible over a podcast? Is a podcast even the right vehicle to try and do that? Is that a terrible?
I think it might be terrible because it's not visual. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's a Ben thing. Just leave it alone and just go watch BTC session.
Yes,
right. It's not us. I don't think it's us.
I don't think it's podworthy. I don't think it's podworthy. I think it's like give Catan a call or give Ben a call and say, hey, throw you some sats and talk us through.
Oh, is Brisket not coming to visit us?
Well, I don't know.
Brisket.
You were talking to him.
Brisket, are you coming to visit us?
I believe he is.
When is Bush back?
Mid-March, I think.
Brisket was coming. Am I doxing you here, Brisket? I don't think so. I think Brisket was gonna pay us a visit. Right, Brisket, if you're coming to visit us, are you a lightning guy? If you are, can you?
I reckon he might be. I reckon he might be actually.
Oh, we'll stop in anyway, but yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
He might be. Cool. That might be cool.
I want to taste something. I want to taste something from his grill. Hopefully, a hat's special. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Okay, should we mention that as well? Like, very, very soon we're getting cut up bits of Hat's cow.
Yeah, sad
I'm
day.
excited.
Happy day. But here's the thing, well treated animal. If you're a meat,
yes,
you're a meat eater. The animal, newsflash, the animal dies.
Yes.
So what is important is how well they are treated while they're alive. If you care about the animal, so we're meat eaters. We're going to eat the cow, but it's going to taste great. I'm not going to feel bad about that. So yeah, that's cool. That's can't wait for that. That's good.
I reckon you'll feel a little bit bad about eating.
Only because
a cow named yes. Hat.
Yeah.
Hat's the cow.
Don't stop saying it.
Hat's the cow getting in Hats's belly.
Here's an interesting point, maybe. Did you know that the value? You know how the value of puppies has gone skyrocket as well?
Dude, I've had 2 Labradoodles. Yes, I do.
Yeah, you just admitted that live. You're not going to publish if you're going to tell people you've got a Labrador, are you?
Do you know what though? I remember years ago my first.
It's such a nice dog.
Yeah. My first one.
Totally niece, thick. I mean, totally thick.
Yeah, my niece took my dog for a walk. This is 10 years ago, and she was walking up the hill, and a couple of guys drove past, and one of them just shouts out, "Get a real dog!" and just kept driving.
That's very good.
Oh, that's the best. Yeah.
The price of dogs has rocketed as well. But apparently, recently, it is in Australia. This is, and it has fallen about 50%.
Dogs.
Mm-hmm. Now, what does that tell you?
I fucking no idea. Cheap dogs.
It's like Has MD got where did I leave that baby spoon? Think about it. Think about it. What does it tell you? What wait, who buys a dog? Let's start.
Fucking
Who buys a
idiots
dog?
idiots like me.
Yeah, but they overpay massively for a hypoallergenic dog or whatever you're buying.
Yeah.
A pillow with legs.
Yeah. A cloud. Thank you very much.
Sorry, yeah, excuse me. But so people with wealthy people with too much money who had discovered Satoshis buy dogs, right? Like your Labradoodles of the world.
Yes.
Now, if high-end dogs start to reduce in value, that's because a dog is a luxury purchase, really. If you're buying a dog, spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a dog, that's a luxury, right? That's a luxury purchase. People stop making luxury purchases, which they clearly are, or maybe there's a little bit more supply, could also be true as well. But it tells me that even people that are purchasing luxury items have started to cut back.
So, have boats gone down?
I don't know. You can do that. You can do that. I don't know. Well, maybe. So I noticed that. So house prices in Sydney just went down by 0.1% for the first time in ages. Oh, absolutely. I mean, in regional New South Wales, they've gone up 20. I think it was 29% in 12 months.
Wow.
Not quite so good. But is all of that about to start going backwards as well? Because the big is the leading indicator of the small.
Yeah.
So, like, what happens in Sydney will feed up here. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was an interesting little snippet of information that the price of luxury dogs has halved in the last short amount of time. By your face, you don't find it all that interesting. But you've got bigger things to worry about with your Twitch and everything.
That's right. I'm gonna literally look back at this video like as soon as this stops and goes, "What am I doing?" I probably will be.
Why do you not have a beer? Or are you not prepared to pay?
No, I'm out. I'm out.
Did you go to the bottle shop or did you buy? This will tell you. Okay, this is for Bodog, just for Bodog, right? Tell the truth. Did you go to the bottle shop and buy a cheap 6-pack and bring it back to your hotel room, or did you take it out of the fridge in the hotel room? Or are you in such a poor hotel that there's not even a bar fridge?
No, there's a fridge. I did both. I bought a 6-pack and then I put it in the fridge.
But there wasn't beer in the.
No, I'm not getting a fucking mini bar shit.
All right, okay, that's good. That's good to know. That's good to know.
Actually, I don't think there is a mini bar here. There's an empty fridge. But I'm out of beer. So
fair enough.
Oh, here's a question. Okay. Right. So people, I know, people like Bitcoiners are all about health and meat and muscle and all that kind of stuff. And so
clearly.
Yeah. So and I know Svetsky just tweeted it, and I've heard it before. Alcohol is a shit coin. So I tweeted something about alcohol's a shit coin, coffee's a shit coin, enjoying your life is a shit coin. So where's the threshold? Where's the level there?
Did you reply to Svetsky that, or does that?
No, that was a few days ago. I just saw it, and then like yesterday, I'm like, yeah,
okay,
yeah. So what's your thoughts on that? Alcohol's a shit coin. Sure, you can have that opinion. I fucking like a drink. I like coffee. I like enjoying myself.
So I think I agree with you. Well, I actually agree with both sides if that's possible. But like, if you understand what the drink is, you understand this is a shit coin, but you still choose to do it sometimes, and you are prepared to accept the consequences of doing it. Like maybe you're less healthy, maybe you don't live as long, whatever. Fair enough. That's your choice. That's totally your choice.
Yeah.
But if you are, just eating McDonald's every day and then expecting, I don't know, the medical system to save you, yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's not how it should work. So, I don't know. Does that answer the question?
Well, are those arguments coming from that kind of angle, or are they coming from a like it's a shit coin because you should be putting the money that you put into alcohol and coffee
right.
in you know what I mean, into sats instead?
Well, I mean, this goes to what Justin had to say, doesn't it? It was like if you're sacrificing all of your future for today, that's what fiat land is doing just now. Basically, if you're sacrificing, you're just living in debt and spending more than you've got, and all that stuff. That's not and seeing no hope for the future type thing. That's one pretty negative place you can be into. But my question to him was, well, what about the other way? If you're only doing sats, if you're not going to you're not buying your kid shoes for school, but and spending that money on sats. Like, I mean, you can go too far. So where is too far? That's the question, isn't it? So yeah. I think it's a balance between appreciating your life and putting something aside for a rainy day or for your children's, when your will or whatever. Like, do you reckon?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. I just don't like. I know. I just don't like people going, "Oh, fucking, what you enjoy is a shit coin." You know what I mean?
Okay, but what if what they enjoy is XRP, or Dodge, or ETH, or some other shit coin?
I have no answer to that.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? That's difficult. So, well, that's what it. Well, I guess what it is you forcing your will on someone else. Like that's what's not okay. People should have the. Like, I'll fight for your right to be an idiot.
Good,
right? But I'll also fight for mine, right? But I'll fight for people's right to have an opinion, even if I completely disagree with their opinion.
Yeah,
right. That's what's important. It's what you were saying about the library. You're playing it's a neutral. You're a provider of information. You're not making a decision for people. You're providing information and letting them make up their own mind. I think where most people, the toxic Bitcoiners get a bit angry is where there doesn't seem to be consequences for the people who take, the easy way out or the stupid decision or the whatever. Like if you're constantly, like if you're JP Morgan and you're constantly breaking the law, and all that ever happens is you just pay a big fine, but the fine only gets paid 10 years down the line, and by that time inflation's taken care of 90% of it, and it was only 5% of what you stole in the first place. There's no consequence. That's no consequences. It also goes, all these things, it's funny actually, all these pods are coming back to a bit of a circle. Like if somebody breaks into your house and steals your telly and they get a $5 fine, well, they're going to break into your house again next week. Because there's no consequences, right? Consequences are important. So if you want to be a shitcoiner, be a shitcoiner. Just be prepared to accept the consequences that come your way. If you want to drink beer, but be prepared to accept you may get a beer gut. Whatever. Name your thing. Be prepared to accept the consequences of your own decisions. I don't think many Bitcoiners would any of it. Like if somebody stood up and said, "Yeah, I totally understand that Gemini is a shitcoin casino, but I'm going to take 5% of my money and I'm going to risk it on a spin of us on a shitcoin and hope that I win." Well, okay. You're probably not going to convince people to do that with you, but as long as that person is they understand what they're doing, they're taking responsibility for the decision, and they're not going to blame anybody else when it goes wrong on them. Well, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think it's great. Reasonable? I think it's great.
All right, man. I think I'm going to leave you to your Twitch.
My Twitch. All right. Good chat.
You're going to go back. Text me.
I'm fully looking back at it. I'm going to capture it and then send you a clip. I think you're fucking right. I think you're right.
Yeah, see, but you did something to me that you keep clipping my voice going.
Yeah, I know you've got this like prepubescent break every now and then.
Like my voice is never probably gone.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe when I get a bit animated, and I'm just like, and then yeah. I shouldn't. Yeah, I'll never be a singer. I'd be the guy on his voice just goes. I don't. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Muttley.
All right.
See you, man.
See you, man. Drive safe.
Bye.
Hey guys, if you've made it this far, thanks so much for listening. The plan with the pod is to do sort of guests one week and myself and Brendo the other week, so hopefully that's working for you. If you don't like one of them, just listen to the one you do like. If you want a little bit more information from us, you can find it at bitcoin-first.com/learn.